Good morning, guys. Good morning. Welcome to the Fearless Morning Show. We are getting started. Hope everybody is having a great Wednesday so far. Making it happen. It is hump day, Wednesday. A lot goes on Wednesday. Like everybody else, we're just trying to make it through. I hope everybody has been enjoying the Fearless Morning Show. I would love to hear what you think about it. So please send me a message and let me and Lynn know. Lynn and I know what you think about the morning show. Let me add Lynn. And we are good to go. Good morning, Teresa. Good morning, Miss Barbara. How you guys doing? Good morning, Al. Good morning, Lynn. Let me turn you.
Good morning, Fearless Morning Show in the house. Right? Yes. How are you?
We are doing great. We have worked out this morning. I've done boxing this morning. I am pumped up and ready to go. I'm having this. So I am ready to go.
Awesome. Well, I'm glad you worked out. I hope you worked out enough for me because
I did.
This morning was getting my son and my husband out the door so they can go to school and to work. That was my workout this morning.
That is a workout enough then. You did your job.
Exactly. And I'm sure others can relate. So this morning, I'm going to go ahead and jump right on in with our quote of the day, our Fearless Morning quote of the day on this hump day.
Yes.
The quote today is, and I need to look at my notes really quickly, the chief cause of failure and unhappiness is trading what we want most for what we want now. And this quote is by Zig Ziglar. And I want to repeat that because I thought that was an invaluable, and it's very powerful and, and profound, if you will. The chief cause of failure and unhappiness is trading what we want most for what we want now. So as we reflect on that quote this morning, I want you to think about this. What are you willing to give up in the short term to accomplish something greater in the future? So What do I mean by that? Oftentimes when we think about things that we do, we're the immediate gratification society, right?
Right.
In many worlds, that's what we're known as, or as my papa calls it, we're the microwave generation, right? It's our money and we want it now, or it's our whatever and we want it now. But I want you to think about what are some of those things that you do, and it's just a habit, you don't even think about it, that could possibly be deterring or changing or altering your potential future, right?
Yes.
So I think for myself, some of the areas that I was initially challenged in and I began to work on was that instant gratification of being in the store and seeing something that I want to buy on impulse and purchasing that thing, thinking I can get this now, but not thinking of the value, right? I know how much it costs. It costs $100, $200, $500, whatever it is. But what's the value of that thing at the end of the day? We buy this car. We love cars. We love our homes. We love our clothes. We love our shoes. Especially when you know that you love your shoes, your purses. You might as well be real with yourself, right? So when we think about these things, what are the things that we're doing now that could be impeding our future, right? When we talk about this concept of building generational wealth, or we're talking about building a legacy, and how are we able to accomplish these things if we continue to focus on now, right? As opposed to what we really want in the future, what matters most to us. So I want you to definitely go back and reflect on that quote and think about it, how that applies to you as we go through this Fearless Morning Show this morning. What are you willing to give up in the short term to accomplish something greater in the future?
That's right. So today's topic is you just doing way too much.
Right.
Me and Lynn, we had this conversation yesterday on the way home, and we were both going over our day and then what we were going to do after we got home. It's like, girl, we are doing way too much. And I was like,
Much.
that's the perfect topic for Wednesday, because it's the middle of the week and you're realizing you're doing way too much today. You just got a
Right.
lot going on, and
Mm-hmm.
you got to find that work-life balance and what works best for you. So Lynn is going to talk about that first, in your finances, when you just doing
So
way too much.
yeah, doing way too much in your finances, absolutely. But I want to go back to that work-life balance really quickly,
Yes.
because hi, Annika, I see you on there. I wanted to say work-life balance to me, I have now learned that that is definitely an oxymoron, right?
Yes.
Work-life balance. How do you really balance it all? And I know that Gabrielle Union, she has recently released a book, and she talked about that thing. She talked about the fact that she has realized it's okay that I'm an okay mother. It's okay that I do these things different way, because work-life balance is ultimately what you define it as. You don't have
Right.
to live up to what someone else has defined that as for you. So now let's talk about finding some balance in your finances. And the reason we're talking about finding balance in your finances, because ultimately, if you're listening to us, you've been following us here at the Fearless Morning Show, you know that the end game is simply this. You want to be able to leave a legacy for your family. You want to build generational wealth. And there are different vehicles to be able to accomplish this. But
Right.
what are the things that you're putting in place now so that you
Yes.
can build the future that you want to have? And no, I'm not talking about giving up everything, right? We talked about some of those things this morning, around giving up the shoes or the car or what have you. Yes, some of those things we do like, and you can reward yourself. You can't get rid of all the fun in your life. That's just as simple as that. I am a firm believer. I got to have some fun, and I'm not cutting out all of the fun from my funds,
Right.
right?
I'm
So
keeping the ice cream.
at that, and looking at that, the point is we simply have to get started somewhere.
Right.
And that's usually the struggling point for a lot of people. But I say this, you start small, because there is merit in starting small. You do not have to despise small beginnings, as we've heard over and over and over. So from the concept of utilizing your funds, we're talking about budgeting, saving, investing, starting businesses. But the ultimate thing here that I want you to understand, yes, you can do all of those things. Yes, you can start amassing additional income so you can support your family, but it does not matter until you can start saying, hey, I am keeping some of this, right? I'm now able to pay my first. So it's not how much you make, it's how much you keep, is ultimately what I'm trying to say to you, right?
Right.
So we doing way too much in our finances. So how do we bring it on back? How do we rein it in? How do we get to the point that we're able to now be able to set our financial situations up so that we can now build generational wealth, so that we can now support the things that we care about, so that we can now do the things that we want to do, whether that's spend more time with your family, travel, whatever the case may be. One of the things we struggle with in our community, and it doesn't have to be this hard, guys. That's the message I want you to get today. It doesn't have to be that hard.
Right.
Simple things that we can do now that can start putting us on the right level is we just simply need to step back and assess the situation, right? Step back, assess your finances, think about the things that you can now do to increase the amount of funds that are coming in, right? How much money do you have coming in? How much is going out? What can you now do to increase that? And then how do you keep more of that, right? So utilizing your investing, starting out small with investing. For those of you who are interested and you say, I want to invest, Lynn, but I have no idea where to start. Number one starting place, of course, is to educate yourself. But what I do recommend or suggest for those of you who are completely new to investing and you simply want to dip your toe in, but you don't know about buying stocks and you don't know about brokers and all this kind of things, there's an app you can download for free on your phone. It's called the Acorns app. And no, they're not sponsoring me. I'm not getting any kickbacks on this, anything at all. But I'm giving you the information you need to get started. So we're not continuing to do way too much, and we're simply removing the excuses, removing those barriers. So if you look at the Acorns app and actually take that, it allows you to invest small amounts. Oftentimes people think you need large, significant amounts of cash to begin investing. And investing is a great way. In the Acorns app, it allows you to do change, round up from different purchases that you're buying on your credit card. So say I bought something that costs $15.60, right? And now I can round that amount up to the next dollar amount, and they'll take that change and invest it in the vehicle that I've decided on. So looking at the different opportunities now that we can generate more income for ourselves, that we can now save and allow that money to now work for us is going to be the most important thing that we do. So we need to stop doing way too much in our finances, pull everything back, assess the situation, figure out what's most important to you, right? Prioritize those things, and then start with baby steps. That's the message today. Start with baby steps, and you'll be able to get to the next level in your finances. So what are you willing to give up now, so that in the short term, so that you can build the future that you would like to have?
That's right. One thing I want to add, Lynn, is if they don't want to use Acorns for investment, I think that helped me with savings was Digit Savings. It was free. It is now like $2 a month. $2.99 a month. So that will help. They move money out of your checking account to your savings automatically, so you don't have to worry about it. Good morning, Asia. Good morning, Carol, Dennis, Miss Barbara, and Dreamer. Hey, Dreamer, I ain't seen you in a long time. Keith and William and Jen. Her name is Virginia, but I call her Jenny. We went to high school together. Good morning, guys. Thank y'all for joining. So Lynn just talking about doing way too much in your finances, and I think as men and women, if you have kids, if you have a wife and a husband, a job, and if you're working your own stuff on the side, you know you are just doing way too much you're doing way too much in your day. So as Lynn said, we have to start somewhere, and sometimes you have to start small. So today I encourage everybody to find their moment of time where they are going to be quiet and step away from doing too much. I am queen of doing too much. Understand, I have 2 children I keep busy. Well, I can't even call one of them children anymore. She's 20. Right. So I have one kid that I keep extremely busy on top of myself and a job. But I have to find time, because what's important is we are dealing with life and our finances and how to be fearless. We also are learning to start our foundations. And so part of that foundation is learning to settle yourself and to calm down when things it's just way too much. So I encourage you to find some clarity time or some quiet time. So here's my quiet time is the shower. So my children know if it's been those days when you're doing too much and you have too much going on and you just need a moment of peace or a moment to gather your thoughts, take that. And if you develop this into a little ritual, you'll be surprised how easier doing too much can be, just because you are now relaxing your mind. So mine is a shower. The girls know when I come in and I say, not today. Not today. I can't. Not today. I head straight to the shower, and that's where I stay until I can adult again. Because some days I'm on 10,000 and I'm doing way too much, from making calls in the morning, and me and Lynn usually talk in the morning and in the afternoon, and sometimes during the day. And then, we both have things, very demanding jobs in between, and Lynn travels, and, you throw in some kids, and it's a lot. And so you have to, as we go on this fearless journey for the month of November, we're going to give you those tools that even though we want you to succeed in your life and your finances, we also want you to build your foundation of finding that quiet time and helping you stabilize, your thoughts and your actions so that when you're ready to go back out and do too much again, you are going to be ready for that moment.
Love that, JoJo. And I'll add this too, for my quiet time. JoJo mentioned I travel a lot. My quiet time is when I get in my car and I turn on Praise 102.5 and listen to my gospel music while I'm driving, and just sitting there and being one with God and thinking through my thoughts, and just being thankful and grateful for everything that he has given us. That's my quiet time. That's my time to sit there and think about all of that. And I listen to my radio first, then I turn it off.
Yes. Right.
Got to get in complete silence so that you now have time to clear your mind. That's one of the things that JoJo mentioned. We talked to each other this morning. What did we say this morning? We were doing way too much. We need our quiet time, right? So we hung up the phone.
Yes.
To that quiet place. So yes, understanding that for yourself and continuing to implement that on a regular basis is going to be huge. I mean, you're going to see results in just a very short time if you continue to do that consistently.
Yeah, that's right. Because and that's why we chose this title for today. For Wednesday, it's the middle of the week. It's usually the day of the week that you realize you have done too much or you haven't done enough, and you're either going to pick it up or you're going to slack back. And today is that day that you're going to figure out which way you're going to go to finish out the week strong. And you got to find that work-life balance for yourself. Define it for whatever you want it to be. As Lynn said, Gabrielle Union had mentioned that it's okay if I don't do everything great as a mother. I'm not going to bake homemade cookies. I'm just, I'm not going to do that. But I will feed you and keep a roof over your head every day. I got you for that. And you have to cut and I think as women and, even our fathers on here, we have to cut ourselves some slack, especially if you're doing the essentials and building up strong young people. I think, we can give ourselves a little slack, because by the time you add in kids, a job, a business, your life, and then all the other titles that we carry, it can be way too much. Today, we encourage you with Lynn. You want to give them one thing you want them to do again today for Hump Day Wednesday.
Hump Day. What I need you to do today is to reflect, right? So I strongly recommend that you think about, what are you willing to give up in the short term to accomplish something greater in your future? So take just a quick look at that, prioritize what that is for you, and take those next steps. I know it was Take Action Tuesday yesterday, but we're going to take action today on Hump Day Wednesday.
Yeah, we're going to follow through today. So I just encourage you guys to find your balance for yourself, and you have got to start with yourself. So if if you have that lot going on, if you find yourself doing way too much, find that balance for yourself first, because if you don't find it for yourself first, we are not going to be productive for our children. If you have a husband or a wife or a mate, it's just not going to work out. So you've got to find that balance for yourself, inside yourself, because if you don't, you're going to be off like it. I know when I'm at 10,000 and I haven't done enough to take care of myself, I can feel it. And you know what I do? I hop in the shower and I go to bed. And sleep will cure everything. I promise. A little sleep will cure everything. But so I encourage you to define your own work-life balance for yourself and find yourself that quiet time. So guys, that's it for the Fearless Morning Show this morning. We a little 4 minutes over today, but that was really good because it's Hump Day Wednesday, and we just want you guys to make it on through the rest of the week. Then you want to tell everybody where to find you?
Absolutely, guys. Just really quickly, find me on Facebook at Demons Enterprise. My website is demonsenterprise.com, but you can also find me on Instagram and Twitter at Demons Speak.
Okay, you can find me on my website is BA, so that's BE I'm signing it like y'all see no sign language. BAFearless.com. That is the website. Of course, on all social media, it is my first name, Yanmitra. I promise I'm the only one out there. So if you look for me, you will find me. But we encourage you guys to follow us. And then if you want to be included in the fearless moment of the day, and so to be included, just tell us one thing that you have done or implemented since we've had the Fearless Morning Show that has helped you, or maybe a thought or idea, and we will make sure that we cover it in the next morning show for you, and so that we can share that. Lynn, I think we should close out with the quote one more time, and go ahead.
And I think too, guys, share this. If this is invaluable information that you feel can also be shared with others in your community, if you know there's somebody who needs to hear this, tag them. But the quote of the day is, the chief cause of failure and unhappiness is trading what we want most for what we want now. That's
I'm guilty of that. I'm so guilty of that.
Yeah, so we got to stop doing it.
We got to stop doing that.
Stop.
That's right. And so we are here to help you guys with that. So we know that because these things we have done, and we know it's not going to be easy, but we are here to help you and give you those step-by-step instructions to help you get your day started. All right, guys, that's it for the Fearless Morning Show today. We will see you tomorrow morning, 7:15 a.m., 7:15 to 7:30, and we will give you just 15 minutes to help you get your day started fearless. Have a good day, guys. Bye.
Signing off.